Behind this veneer of harmony and regard, Nia Long furtively stacks Jada Pinkett Smith, and there are truly many purposes behind these two to be in a mystery quarrel. In spite of these two women knowing one another for a really long time, seems like the connection between them is great just with regards to interviews. And as a matter of fact, Mia holds a ton of hatred inside for Jada's revolting way of behaving towards her better half. Well, thus the joke that I have with Jada is I landed the position, yet she got the husband. And that resembles it's a piece crazy to see Mia beefing with somebody for such a long time, due to a man she doesn't establish the connection of a shameful individual. And as it was estimated the entertainer might be subtly enamored with Jada's better half well after so long, and she looks him being abused by his flo wife. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Station. So on the off chance that you're thinking about what might have possibly turned into the justification for Nia Long and Jada Pinkett Smith being bickering furiously for a really long time, I have all responses for you in this video. It seems like these two VIPs were ill-fated to be in a fight since the very start. And Nia Long couldn't recall where everything began. I have no clue about how that happened. Everything has begun with their battle for the job in New Ruler of Bel-Air during the 90s, when Jada was attempting to get the lead job of Lisa principal character's old flame. And she was at that point cast, and ought to have played with Will anyway. The creation group believed the entertainer to be too short, and that is the reason this job was given to Nia Long. Rather episodes, first they cast Jada to play his sweetheart. Is that no, definitely I didn't have a clue about that, thinking about that this job earth-shattering for Nia, and characterized her future vocation. It's more than clear that Jada, being normally envious of others' accomplishments, took this unfairness and blowed near her heart, and evidently she chose to thump her rival in her own specific manner. And since she was unable to get the job and play Will's significant other, she wedded him. All things considered, and folks, don't get me wrong, this relational peculiarities is insane, yet apparently Nia sees through Jada's temperament, and she feels terrible for their phony and poisonous relationship. There are even claims that Nia needed to be in Jada's put. And since their work on the arrangement of the New Ruler of Bel-Air, she has fostered a heartfelt premium towards Will, yet seeing him being content with Jada, she chose not to meddle their blossoming sentiment. In addition to, as Nia once admitted, they lacked the ability to become cordial in light of the poisonous climate in the business, and Long has been continually contrasted with Jada in everything except the ladies that were I was in consistent rivalry with. Generally it was me and Jada, as the entertainer essentially conceded she and Jada lacked the ability to settle on some mutual interest. And the main thing that was interfacing them such an extremely long time was Will Smith, subsequent to beginning with the entertainer in the sitcom Nia, and Will turned out to be dear companions. And I bet Jada was distraught about that, and taking into account that Nia and Jada were constantly compelled to contend with one another during tryouts and presently, even in the background sermons, I added no glow between these women during that time. You will perceive the way we were separated, in spite of the fact that Nia attempted to keep up with deferential and well-disposed disposition towards Jada. It's not hard to see that she does it because of her adoration for Will Smith. And truth be told, she supposedly stacks Jada for her insane way of behaving and the manner in which she's been treating her better half for such an extremely long time. It seems like Jada would even not like to be in this relationship, and she wedded Smith rashly while Jada has been express her real thoughts. And all through the years, she was saying the way in which troubled she was in this association with Will. Years after the fact, she even casual conversation Facebook show before her girl and mother that she truly didn't have any desire to get hitched. I truly didn't have any desire to get hitched yet. We just got hitched in light of the fact that Ganny was crying. Evidently, Nia Long disdains Jada for squandering Will's greatest years. And in numbers to be added to that, she would rather not separate from him on the grounds that being in this relationship gives her enough distinction and riches anyway. It's unmistakable as a day that 2 or 3 has been battling through a ton of agony. And as Jada accepts she is the casualty in this story, since her nonconformist was confined in this container called marriage, I just felt like my life had got tightened. And into this little box, well, Jada's nonconformist didn't keep her from doing anything she desired. And as you presumably know, her union with Will was set apart by various embarrassments and dramatizations, primarily made by Jada herself. You all recollect that dreadful relationship that she once had with her child's young companion. Well, dissimilar to many couples who could do without circulating filthy material in the public, Jada took the entire thing to her show, where she examined the subtleties of this sickening sentiment. We think about who, well, obviously, her embarrassed husband, Will Smith. Many fans concur with Nia that Jada is, by and large, absolutely rude towards her life partner and truth be told she doesn't actually merit him on the grounds that the main thing she does is tormenting his existence with her presence. As one individual remarked, I disapprove of the manner in which Jada treats the breathtaking Will Smith. She doesn't merit him, yet she actually can't sort out why he set up with her maltreatment and discourtesy. I love, well, I genuinely want to believe that he awakens. And another client added, Will shouldn't have hitched somebody that would have rather not hitched him. Now the inquiry is, the reason would he do that? It appears to many individuals that Jada had entered this association for some reasons, and as Nia Long accepts none of these reasons with her unadulterated love for Will, Mia considers Jada a shallow individual, anxious to cause to notice herself and utilizing Will to get more popularity and acknowledgement, and keeping in mind that everybody definitely realizes that Jada's genuine romance was the now perished rapper Tupac. And unfortunate, Will Smith needs to reside in a steady update that he could never be basically as great as the unbelievable rapper. Yet she simply cherished him like he was the picture of flawlessness. Yet she was with the new sovereign, as Nia Long accepts Will has squandered the greatest long periods of his life for the one who wasn't even infatuated with him, and is clearly going to grieve Tupac until the remainder of her life. And despite the fact that Jada never conceded that she and the rapper were sincerely elaborate, well, we as a whole skilled Jada could do without to mark her undertakings. And somewhere inside she goes ahead and do have, however, many accomplices, as she needs Jada portrayed to maximize as the greatest loss of her life. And it seemed like she even got discouraged to that point that her and Will's girl Willow composed the departed rapper a letter requesting that he return and fulfill Mama. Again, this letter read, Dear Tupac, I realize you are alive somewhere. I feel that my mom truly misses you. Might you at any point, if it's not too much trouble, return? Could you at any point return reality so Mom and me can be blissful? I wish you were here. I truly love, Willow. And on the off chance that you think this was bizarre, sit tight for the juiciest piece of this story, and it will end up being clear why Nia Long loads Jada so much. And she's never going to fail to remember her for demolishing Will's life. As you probably are aware, Jada is a lady with an unstable person, and she wouldn't fret crossing the lines occasionally. And Nia was stunned and shocked to at last observe how Jada is treating Will alone, and not in that frame of mind. In an as of late re-emerged film entertainer, Will Smith was seen contending